Hello, everybody, and welcome. So we are on our next exciting week of learning how to play bridge, and today we are going to talk about rebidding no trump. We're going to be talking about just no trump hands in general and thinking about sort of the reasons why we bid no trump with the hands that we do. So let's get started. So first we're going to start with just talking about balanced hands in general, talking about the theory behind them. We're going to talk about opening no trump and responses to that. We're going to talk about rebidding no trump and some responses we use over that. We're going to go through a couple of examples and then we'll have some questions at the end. So first and foremost, balanced hands. This will be about 50% of the hands you will be dealt in bridge. So it's a good thing to know sort of how it all works and what the theory is behind it. So a balanced hand is one with a few cards in each suit, and more specifically, it's showing no singletons, no doubletons, and usually no more than one doubleton. Now, a quasi-balanced hand may have two doubletons, but often we will be treating it as a... Am I here? Oh, I think I am, yeah. Okay. All right, sorry, my thing just made it look like it had cut out there, so... All right, so a quasi-balanced hand may have two doubletons, but sometimes based on the distribution of the points and what our rebid would be otherwise, we may decide to treat it as balanced. And we'll talk a little bit about that at the end. So let's talk some specifics about balanced hands. Like I said before, about 50% of hands you'll be dealt will be balanced. So when you are balanced, you don't have a lot of shape. In fact, it's only 3 different hand types that you can have if you are balanced. You're going to have 4 cards in one suit and 3 cards in all the rest. We fondly call this a 4-3-3. Then there's a 4-4-3-2 shape, and then a 5-3-3-2. So what is the best description of these hands? They're not going to be determined based off of where you have length and shortness. Instead, it's going to be determined based on your high card points. So the overall strength of your hand, this is going to be the best description of our hand. Why is this cutting out now? I keep losing my feed here, but that's okay. It's because I'm on the same Wi-Fi. All right. This is odd. I'm not sure why this is not working so well. Let me see if I can change some of the settings here. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it gets better. It's not like my Wi-Fi is bad right now. It's been pretty good today, so I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. Okay. Well, we'll just continue and hopefully it gets a little better. I guess there's just some, I don't know, little things that are struggling. We turn that off and make it a little better. Okay, so when you bid no trump, you are going to be showing a very specific range of high card points. Oh, no, this is actually, it's lower than recommended, I know, but why is it broken? If you would tell me why it was broken, then I could maybe fix it. Well, let me see if I go to the stream. I mean, this, it's supposed to do it like that. I mean, the bit rate was quite high anyway. Okay. Well, we're gonna just continue on and hopefully it's okay. Sorry about that. So when we are bidding no trump, we're going to be showing a very specific range of high card points. We are narrowing down our high card points because that is the best description of our hand. Having a very specific range of high card points whenever we bid no trump. So there are only 2 no trump bids below game, so we need to make those count. Now, when you are opening, you're showing around 12 or more high card points, depending on the system that you learn, but you're showing around 12 or more high card points. So let's talk about what we're showing when we specifically open no trump. These are going to be the better half of the hands that we are talking about. So when you open no trump, you are going to be showing a hand better than if you had rebid 1 no trump or 2 no trump. So when you open no trump directly, you are saying that you have more points than if you had rebid no trump. So if you are learning standard bridge, those bids are as follows. So 1 no trump is going to be 15 to 17 high card points. 2 no trump is going to be about 20 to 21. And then both are going to be showing balanced hands in general. So let's talk about what systems we use over no trump openings. Now, because we have a pretty good idea of what partner's hand looks like when they open no trump, we are going to be the ones in control as responder. So what we want to do is we want to have a couple of different tools that we can use to either ask or tell partner what to bid. So we will use tools like Stamen. These are asking bids. It's asking if partner has a 4-card major. So partner is expected to respond, and then we move on our merry way. But we are still the ones who are in control of the auction because we know a lot more about our partner's hand than they know about our hand. The other tool that we like to use are Jacobi transfers or transfers in general. This is a bid that we use to tell our partner something. So statement is an asking bid, transfers are a telling bid. So we tell our partner, hey, I've got 5 or 6 or more cards in this major. Please bid this major. And then you can clarify your hand and what specifically you have after that. So this is the idea behind no trump openings. Let's talk about the differences that come about when you rebid one or when you rebid no trump. So when we are outside of the range for a no trump opening, but we are balanced, we end up using a natural 1-level opening. So we open 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, and then we rebid 1 no trump or no trump to show our high card points and our shape. So we're already telling partner that we are outside of the range for the no trump opening bid. So we can't have 15 to 17 high card points, and we can't have 20 to 21 high card points because we would have opened no trump if we were one of those 2 ranges. So instead, if we rebid 1 no trump, this shows a step below a no trump opening. It's going to be showing about 12 to 14 high card points. And when you rebid 2 no trump, that is a step below a 2 no trump opening, and this is showing 18 to 19 high card points. These are also going to be balanced. So again, we know a lot about partner's hand. So let's talk about what we know over that no trump rebid. So over a no trump rebid, we've exchanged a lot of information. So we already know the answers to some of the questions that we were asking or telling partner with Stamen and Jacobi transfers. So we don't need to use Stamen and Jacobi over no trump rebids because a lot of those answers have, or a lot of those questions have already been asked. So our partner's opening bid has already been told to us. So we know maybe that they don't have a 5-card major. We also know what minor is longer, depending on what was bid. And we also know that partner has made a responding bid. So we know how many high card, or we know that they have at least 6 high card points. And we know how many cards they have in the suit that they bid. If they bid 1 heart, if they bid 1 spade, if they bid 1 diamond. Now you've implied that they probably don't have a 4-card major. They might, but they probably don't. And if we rebid no trump, we have also neglected to do something. We have not raised our partner's suit. And this is really important because this gives us a very specific picture of partner's hand. We know what minor is better. We know that they don't have 4-card support for our major. We know that they don't have a 5-card major, or that they do. depending on what was bid. So we know all of this information already. So our systems over a no trump rebid are a little different. So we usually know partner's hand even better than we would have had they opened no trump, so we can use a few different tools. The first one is going to be natural bidding. So we can still use those natural raises. We can still bid naturally at the 2 and the 3 level, because we've already told partner something about our hand. And now whatever you bid on your second bid, this is going to make implications about your previous bid. So if you rebid 2 spades over 1 no trump and you responded 1 heart, now you're maybe showing that you have 5 hearts and 4 spades, something like this, because otherwise you have no real reason to introduce spades at that point. Another thing that you might choose to employ is new minor forcing or two-way new minor forcing. I like two-way new minor forcing better. New minor forcing, I think, has a bit of ambiguity involved in it, and two-way new minor forcing isn't much more complicated to remember once you realize that once partner rebids no trump, this is when this applies, and you can use 2 clubs and 2 diamonds the same way in every auction, which is really nice. And then over those 2 no trump rebids, we use a version of the new minor forcing or two-way new minor forcing, like wolf sign-offs, or you can just use regular new minor forcing up there as well. But mostly what we do is just do some simple arithmetic and figure out if we have enough for game. So we're going to do a couple of quick examples here. And in order to do that, I'm going to get my little Chrome open here. There we go. And now I gotta get Sharkbridge up too. All right, so there are those 2 things. There it is. So we are going to be exploring these ideas in Sharkbridge. We are going to be thinking about whether we would open no trump, whether we would rebid 1 no trump, and what specifically we would do over that. So first we're going to look at the opener C and what we're going to be doing there. So here, see how many high card points we have. Well, it looks like we have 17 high card points. We have a balanced hand. So that means that we are going to be opening 1 no trump. This is the better half of that range. So we are still sort of in the lower to medium kind of hand for an opening, but it's going to be the upper side of it. So we're going to open 1 no trump, and partner's going to pass. They only have 4 high card points, and they know best case scenario, I have 17. 17 and 4 is only 21, so that's not going to be enough for game. So they're going to end up passing there. Let's continue. All right, so here we have 15 high card points. We've got 5 diamonds, but this is still qualified as a balanced hand. So here we are still going to be opening 1 no trump. It's still showing 15 to 17 high card points, and that's really it. So 15 to 17 high card points in a balanced hand. Partner responds 3 no trump. So we know that they have at least 10 or more high card points. If they had fewer than 10, they had other bids available. But because I have at least 15 and we need 25 for game, if they have at least 10, they should be bidding 3 no trump. So here, they had 11 high card points, and that was perfect. So we ended up in 3 no trump. Spades are a little bit precarious here, but then our opponents need to find the right lead. And if it's a 4-4 spade split, we're also totally fine, which is something that's kind of neat here. All right, let's check out another one. Here we have a slightly different hand. We only have 13 high card points, so that's outside of the range for that no trump opening. So with that in mind, we are going to be making our most natural 1 level opening, which is going to be 1 club. Now, partner responded 1 heart. We don't have 4 hearts. We don't have 4 spades. We have a balanced hand. And so our best option here is going to be to rebid one no trump. Now, because we're rebidding one no trump, this is going to be the step below the no trump opening. It's going to be about 12 to 14 high card points. And it's showing a balanced hand. So our partner knows really specifically how many high card points we have. And now they know with their 7 high card points and my at most 14, we have a combined total of at most 21, and that is not enough for game. So they have no interest in bidding further, and they can just pass. Let's take a look at another one. So here we've got 13 high card points, a balanced hand. We are 4-4 in the minors. If you're learning standard, you probably learned that with 4-4, you're going to start with a 1 diamond opening. So 1 diamond, 1 heart response from partner. Now we don't have 4 hearts, we don't have 4 spades. So our best description of our hand is just the fact that we are balanced and we have 13 high card points. So we are going to bid 1 no trump. And we're going to see what partner does over that. Now, they bid 3 no trump. They know that at a minimum, I have 12 high card points. So if they have 13 or more and a balanced hand, they can bid 3 no trump here. So they know that we have enough for game. We don't have to spend any more time searching. So I can just pass. And there we are. So they do have 4 hearts and 4 spades, but I denied having 4 spades by rebidding 1 no trump here. So partner knows that they don't need to explore that anymore. Instead, they can just go straight to 3 no trump and keep those spades concealed. Our opponents are none the wiser. All right, let's try another one here. So this is an example of one of those quasi-balanced hands that we were talking about. It's not quite balanced, but it's also not unbalanced. It's a quasi-balanced hand. So here we have how many high card points? We've got 10, 17, 19. We've got 19 high card points. So we have 19 high card points in one of these quasi-balanced hands. Now we can go one of 2 ways with this hand. We could open 1 diamond and we could plan on rebidding 3 clubs, showing a 2 suited hand. But I feel like this hand is a little too good. It's a little too balanced, I would say, for a 3 club bid. So instead, I'm thinking that we want to rebid to no trump. So we're going to open 1 diamond, see what partner responds, and we're going to rebid to no trump. And the reason why is we have this king doubleton of spades that if we are the declarer for no trump, if our opponents lead a spade, that spade is coming into our hand. We'll be the 4th person to play to that trick. And if they play the ace, we play small. And if they don't, then we get the king. So we have a lot of chances to be able to use that to our advantage. And this queen 10 isn't terrible. It's maybe not the best. It would be better if it was king doubleton. But queen 10 is totally fine. So I'm going to plan on opening a diamond. Partner responds a heart. I don't have 4 hearts. I don't have 4 spades. So I'm going to be rebidding 2 no trump here. And now partner is introducing spades. So this is going to be a forcing bid. We know that they have values for game. Maybe they're a little bit concerned about one of the suits and they have an unbalanced hand. But they have hearts and spades, and that is where I am short. I have only 2 spades and only 2 hearts, but I do have clubs and diamonds covered. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to rebid 3 no trump as an offer to play. And so there we have it. They wanted to double check that I don't have spades. Sometimes if you do have 4 spades and you have 19 high card points, you might start with the 2 no trump rebid as opposed to introducing spades, just because you are a bit stronger than what that 1 spade bid usually indicates. So you might decide to conceal that in the 2 no trump bid, but here partner wanted to check. I didn't have anything, so I just continued on my way and bid 3 no trump. So let's try another one. And it looks like we've got Kai and Tracy in the chat, so hello to both of you. We've got a couple of other friends who've joined us as well. So for this hand, we've got 19 high card points. In this one, we do have a classically balanced hand. So here, we're just going to start again with a 1 diamond opening. We're 4-4 in the minor, so we want to start with a 1 diamond opening. So partner responded 1 heart. Again, I don't have 4 hearts. I don't have 4 spades. I have 19 high card points and a balanced hand. I'm going to rebid 2 no trump. And over this, partner is going to end up passing. So they only have 6 high card points. So if I only had 18, then they would not have wanted to be in game. And here, game doesn't even look that, I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't look that great. If they lead a club, we may have some issues in clubs. But overall, I think that most of the time I would probably rebid 3 no trump with the south hand, but that is a-okay. So let's do a couple more here, and then we will continue on with our discussion. So here, we have 20 high card points. We've got 20 high card points, and we are definitely balanced. So I'm going to start with a 2 no trump bid. This is the higher end of the 2 no trump bids. So 2 no trump is going to be 20 to 21. If you open at the 1 level and rebid 2 no trump, that's showing 18 to 19. So here, if we open 2 no trump, it's showing the stronger half. Partner has bid 3 clubs. Now we get to employ Stamen. So Stamen is asking for a 4 card major. I have 4 hearts, so I'm going to start with a 3 heart response. Partner doesn't have 4 hearts, but they do have 4 spades, so they wanted to offer that. And I don't have 4 spades, so I'm just going to rebid 3 no trump. Now, usually partner wouldn't have to rebid 3 spades here. I think that's just the way that the robots are structured for this. All right. Let's continue. One more. So here, we've got, again, 20 high card points. We're going to start with that 2 no trump opening. And partner's going to end up passing. So they only have 3 high card points. So combined, we have 20 to 21 plus 3, which is going to be 24 at most. That's not enough for game, and they also don't have a lot of trick-taking potential in their hand. So they don't have a long suit, they don't have any of those redeeming features that might make their hand a little stronger. So let's take a look for just a minute or two at the responding side of things. So here, our partner opens 1 no trump. What are we supposed to do here? Well, we know that our lovely partner has 15 to 17 high card points, and we have 4. So, we know that best case scenario, we have 17 plus 4, which is going to be 21, and not enough for game. So we should just pass for this one. And it looks like we don't have game. So that's probably a good thing. All right, let's take a look at another one. And Kai said that 2 no trump all pass is the hardest auction to play. It certainly is, because it usually means that all of the points for that hand are in your hand and not in your partner's. So transportation is very much a mess for that one. And so all of the points are over in your partner's hand, and you have no way to get between the 2 hands at all. So you end up having to lead away from a lot of your honors multiple times throughout the hand, which is not ideal and not what we like to do. So, yes, like Kai said, you are end played at trick 1, and it is a mess. But if your opponent's open 2 no and it goes all pass, I think most of the time the idea is, unless you have like a clear standout lead, you should probably just lead a major, because they probably don't have that many cards in the major if they are opening 2 no trump. All right, so here, partner open 1 no trump, and this time we have 11 high card points. We know partner has 15 to 17 high card points. We have 11 combined. That's going to be at least 26, so that is definitely enough for game. We don't really have any reason to explore for the majors, and so instead of messing around with other bids, I'm just going to bid 3 no trump and call it a day. And so knowing those ranges really specifically is super helpful for being able to figure out where you end up and how many high card points you have between the two of you, because otherwise you're just flying blind. You have no idea how many high card points partner has. And so here, the no trump bids, they're one of those bids that allows you to limit the number of high card points you have in a really clear, concise way, and it also gives a lot of information about your hand. So we know that you are balanced, and we know specifically how many high card points you have. So we know if game is possible at all right away. Let's take a look at another example here. So here our partner opens one club. All right, we're going to keep it easy. We've got 7 high card points, 4 hearts, 4 spades. We're going to start with a 1 heart response. Partner rebids 1 no trump. This is lower than a 1 no trump opening. So it is lower than 15 to 17 high card points. Instead, it is going to be 12 to 14 or 11 to 14, depending on how low you generally open. So this is going to be about 12 to 14 high card points. So since we know that, we know best case scenario, I have 7, partner's got 14. Combined, we've got 21. That is not enough for game. So we have no reason to mess around, and instead we are just going to pass. Call it a day. Let's do another one here. Partner opens 1 club. We've got 4-4 in the majors. We have at least 6 high card points. We can start with a 1 heart response. So here, partner rebids 1 no trump. They are showing 12 to 14 high card points. Now, let's count up our high card points. We've got 15 of them. So we know, worst case scenario, partner has 12, I have 15, and let's even say maybe partner has 11. Partner has 11, I have 15. Combined, we have at least 26. So we definitely have enough for game. Is slam possible? Well, 15 plus 14, it's only 29. That is not going to be enough for us to pursue slam. So instead, we are just going to bid 3 no trump and live our best lives. Say good luck, partner, have fun, and move on. All right, we'll take a look at just one more here, and then I will go back to the PowerPoint. So I've got 7 high card points. Partner opened a diamond. I've got 4-4 in the majors, and so I'm going to start with a 1 heart response. And now partner has decided to rebid 3 clubs, and when we were going through the auction earlier, we talked about how that was another option. So let's talk about what we would do over 3 clubs with this hand. Well, we have quite the nice hand. We are balanced. We have 7 high card points. 3 clubs is going to be a strong hand. So it's showing 18 or more high card points, 19 or more high card points. It is game forcing. So how am I supposed to indicate this hand to my partner? Well, it's unlikely that they have spades. If they had 4 spades, 5 diamonds, and 4 clubs, they would be rebidding 2 spades and not 3 clubs. We always want to prioritize the major. So instead of rebidding 2 spades, they bid 3 clubs. So we know that they don't have 4 spades. There's not a lot of reason for us to introduce it. So we could bid 3 spades to tell our partner that we have spades, with the hope that if they wanted to bid no trump, they could. But I think that 3 no trump is just a much clearer description, and 3 spades, it depends on your partnership agreements what that would mean. So I think that 3 no trump is a clear, easy way for us to proceed here. We just have sort of a minimum for our previous bid. We have a spade stopper, and partner has the diamonds and clubs, and we have hearts and spades. So we are good to go here, and yeah, we would end up in 3 no trump on that one. So just one more point before I close out here. I wanted to talk about some other considerations that we may have if we were thinking about bidding no trump versus other suits, just like what happened on that last board. So one thing that's really important, a really important tool for deciding when to treat your quasi-balanced hand as balanced is planning the auction. So this is something that is not the easiest thing to do. It's something that will take some time, some practice, some effort, and some energy. But basically, the idea is that you want to think about what your second bid is going to be, just like we did when we were approaching that 19 high card point hand with 4 clubs and 5 diamonds. We wanted to think about what our second bid would be. How are we going to show this to our partner? Because sometimes you'll think about the hand and you'll be like, well, even if I were to start with the no trump rebid here, that's not going to help my side figure out what's going on any easier. It may be easier instead to start with one of a minor and then rebidding one no trump. So partner might be able to get more information that way versus the other way. And so we want to think about what we are going to be rebidding and how we are going to end up showing our hand if partner makes something that we really don't like. So if we think about our second bid before we make our first bid, sometimes we'll realize the best route is to treat the hand as balanced initially. So an example of this is going to be if you have 4 spades, 5 hearts, 2 clubs, and 2 diamonds. This is a really awkward hand if you have 12 or 13 high card points. You don't really have a good rebid. You don't really have a good rebid over, or if you have like 14 high card points, let's say. You have 14 high card points. So you don't really have a good rebid over 1 heart, 1 no trump. What are you supposed to do here? Let's say you have 15 high card points, 16 high card points. If you open 1 heart and partner bids 1 no trump, what are you going to bid? You can't rebid 2 no trump because now that's showing 18 to 19 high card points. So you have a problem there. You can't rebid 2 no trump there. So you can't bid 2 spades. That's a reverse. That's showing extra values. So instead of opening 1 heart and then having to rebid 2 clubs or 2 diamonds and having to fake a suit there, instead we might just decide to open that hand 1 no trump initially, and then we can avoid that problem altogether. Even though it's not a classic no trump hand, especially because it's so heavy in the majors, we may decide to end up opening that hand 1 no trump initially. So that is all the information that I have for you lovely folks today. Thank you so much for coming, hanging out, and learning something, maybe, possibly. And thank you for all the chats today. And I just want to say thank you one more time for stopping by. And until next time, happy bridging. So I'm going to just be around for a little bit. I'm going to be monitoring the chat, but I am going to close down my video probably. But thank you, Kai. You're so sweet. And yeah, so I'll be around. I will answer questions if people have them. But yeah. Otherwise, I will see you again next week. I do this every week at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Suppose there were other details that needed to be included in there. All right. So I will see you all soon, and happy bridging.